Right now, I'm standing on what's called flow sand. Basically, I'm down at the very bottom of these arroyos at the base of these hills. So chances are I'm gonna have a hard time finding gold with this thing on all of this stuff. So where am I gonna go? Well, I'm gonna go where people were either dry washing or where I've got exposed bedrock where this thing is really gonna shine. Dry washers have been through here and they've dug down to the caliche, which is a false bedrock. And I can see all of their tailings all the way up this wash, all the way from the bottom to the top. These are the tailings, and I got header piles up there. You need to learn to identify that because the VLFs are perfect for this environment, okay? I'm gonna go over those header piles and look for specimen gold or possibly nuggets that were too big to classify. Everybody knows that. But what most people don't know is where these dry washers were, they dug down to the false bedrock. And here in Arizona, that's caliche. They worked the heck out of this area, but I'm gonna say that they didn't have a backpack with them. So what I'm gonna do is, because they've exposed the bedrock or false bedrock, which is caliche, and that's what's gonna be prominent in this area because the real bedrock's about 1,400 feet down, I'm gonna use my VLF detector to go over this caliche bed because they might have missed some gold, or because of all the rainfall we've had recently, maybe some more gold has washed down out of the sides of these side tributaries. So I'm gonna go ahead and scour the bottom of all this area with this guy. Now keep in mind, you wanna get all the rocks out of the way because if you have a rock in between the search coil and the bedrock, you're losing that much space. So kick it out of the way so you can get even deeper. Don't be afraid to use the side of your boot to move stuff around, okay? It's very important you get this coil to the soil. Remember that. Now, if you're not familiar with how to set these guys up, I've made a special video talking about that, and I'll leave a link right up here on how you set these guys up. But it's really simple. These are really easy machines. They're user-friendly. But the hardest part about them is learning the sounds and knowing that they're gonna pick up hot rocks and cold rocks. And make sure you have a good coil protector on the end, because you're gonna go through one every week. It's like I'm scrubbing the caliche, like I'm trying to brush it off with my search coil. Now keep in mind that if a brush or twig hits this coil cable here, it's going to make that sound off. So be aware of that. And just be patient. Don't get all crazy and do this. I see too many guys doing the pendulum effect. Get that coil straight down and follow the contour. And get those rocks out of the way. And remember, it's about the hearing. Now, another neat thing is that this has got an indicator on it. I'm not saying it's foolproof 100%, but it's a good thing to look at when you think you got something. Come here, I'll show you what I mean. Look. I don't see anything, but... See how it shoots over a little bit to this? And then this? If it goes back and forth, they call that a wobble pop. See that? So I'm definitely gonna dig it. These guys are hard to keep up like this when you're trying to find your target. Some people make a tripod for them. Some guys flip them over like this and set them up. But when you're on a hill or on the slope somewhere, or it's really rocky, these things roll all the way down the hill. Now, if you guys got a good idea on how to stabilize this thing, because I've even tried to flatten the ears off on it and it doesn't work. So let me know if you got a better idea. But for right now, I'm gonna turn them upside down and see what we got. All right. See that chunky bedrock, that caliche? It's a false bedrock, actually. Now, what I like to do is I'll take my scoop once I got material in there and I'll smack the side of it like this. Now, the principle is if there's any heavies or gold, it'll drop to the bottom instantly. Because what you're doing, in effect, like in gold panning, is you're stratifying it, okay? Now, remember, if you got a ring on your finger, do not use that hand. And you have salts in your hand that will set off that detector. Don't put dirt in your hand and run it over. I've seen too many guys, oh, let me just pick it up. No, you can only do that with a PI machine. And make sure you keep track of where your scoops of dirt are, just in case you lose it. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, I got something. Now, another tip is bring a little brush, and if you can, go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get one of those backpacks. I usually bring one, I do, but I forgot. But it's so handy when you're out here and you get a target that's stuck down here and you don't have a broom, just backpack it up. Then dump it out into your spoon and check. It's so simple, but I forgot to bring it. All right. Okay, let's see what we got. Tap, 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 tap. All right, you're driving me crazy. Nope. That sounds good. It actually sounds like a piece of wire. Shake. Put that in the same place. It's getting loud. That better not be a piece of wire. All right, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. All right, what I like to do is tap and then blow. If it's really soft and dusty, it'll blow out. Voila! Just like that. Now, that's a good sign. I know you're thinking, Jeff, that's a little tiny piece. Yeah, but what does that tell you? That tells me they didn't bring a backpack out here, and that means I'm gonna keep going up and down here, and I'm gonna go get my dust buster and suck it all up. All right, we're gonna keep working up and see what we can find, then I'll show you tip number 2. I was headed up to the Jeep, and I got another one. Come here, look at this. Look at this beautifully exposed caliche bed right here. But what's weird is, look. All right, bring a tube with you, a little rubber tube about this long. Put it on the caliche, get your face to the side, and blow like a straw. Right there. See him? Right there in that little crack. Nice. I don't know how I'm gonna get him out, but he's right there. Now can you see him? I don't know if you can see him with the GoPro. I don't know how I'm gonna get him out. I don't have tweezers. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can fish him out with a stick. Right there. See that? Little tiny, tiny piece. Right there. Stuck in that crack. Right there. See him? Nice. Bring tweezers too. Nice. Now that's what I'm talking about. Do your research. If you can find an area that has produced nuggets, chances are there's more nuggets there, okay? A lot of people go out blindly looking for gold and don't realize that that area only produced really fine gold, and they're trying to use a metal detector and they didn't find nothing, want to know why. So we're in an area that I know has produced nuggets before. And matter of fact, I brought other people here, including Pioneer Paulie, Aqua Chigger.
Yes, today? I did.
And he found some shiny too.
Candy.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 6 pieces of it. You don't got like somebody kidnapped in there, right? A hitchhiker or something? I told you, don't say nothing, boy. I just dropped in pants. And Tony from Australia, Tony, yeah! All right, now another tip I can give you is rat's nest. Now, I'm not advocating that you tear them apart, but rats love shiny things like aluminum and tin foil and bullets. So I like to go around them in case they happen to collect a gold nugget up. Another thing, speaking about tinfoil, is tinfoil will sound off just like a gold nugget, okay? So, and you're gonna find lots of tinfoil, and magnets don't work on tinfoil. You're going to have to dig up about a pound of trash before you find your first nugget. Now, when you get up around these bushes, remember what I told you. This is gonna sound off. See that? So you gotta be aware of that when you're getting up under these bushes. See that? Because I'm like, oh man, I got all kinds of gold nuggets in there. I'm going to town. No, the brush is doing it. So what you need to do is peel the bush back and get underneath there. And don't be afraid to rake the coil on the ground. I see a lot of guys, nope. Don't go. You know, you just killed 3 or 4 inches off that detector coil. If I was you, I would invest in snake boots, okay? Especially out here in the desert, because you're gonna be getting your feet up under these bushes. You're gonna be kicking stuff over. So you really wanna protect your ankles and your feet. Invest in some really good boots. Now on your sensitivity settings, you're gonna try to go as high up as possible before you go into auto. You want it in manual. But you're gonna have to determine how high is too high, because if your ground is heavily mineralized, it might be too chirpy, so you need to back off just a little bit. Don't be afraid to move some rocks out of the way, because they're only gonna impede your progress. And the lower you can get to the ground with that search coil, the better your odds are of finding a nugget. You're like, Jeff, that makes a lot of noise. How do you know the difference? Trust me, over time, you'll be able to figure out the difference. And you'll know when you get that sweet spot sound. Now, another good clue is ironstone. Look at this. This is solid iron. See what I mean? Now, when you get chunks of iron this big, you're doing good. Chances are you might find some serious gold. Now, another clue I want to give you is, look, you see how all these rocks have been hand stacked off to the side here? Now, the first thing I would do in an area that I've known produces gold, as far as I'm concerned, where the rocks are sitting is virgin ground. So if you see areas where there's been hand stacking, move those rocks out of the way. Get them out of the way completely, because everything underneath, chances are, that's virgin ground. So we're gonna go ahead and move everything out. It only takes a second. Now, I know a lot of people say, Jeff, shouldn't you rake them back into the hole? No, because I want to go over the hole too, because what if they miss something? But the first thing I'm going to do is get these all the way out of the way. And in the meantime, my magnet is pulling all the metal that might be in there out. So it's a win-win. Let me get these out too. Just like that. Right there. That's what I'm talking about. Make sure there's nothing else. Sounds like a hot rock. Look at my detector. See what it's doing? Watch. All right, we'll go ahead and dig him. Now, if he was still in the hole, oh man, that means it's bigger. The longer it stays in the hole, the bigger the nugget, and the better chances of it being gold. Yeah, I kicked him way out. All right, let me get the spoon. Okay, right there. All right. I think I said here, right? Tap. Ah ha ha! Oh, nice. Make sure that's not my ring, right? Jeff, you found your wedding ring. Yeah, I know. Oh, it's out, baby. Yeah. Use my other hand in case it's a specie. Okay. It's in my hand. Oh, I heard something. See it? I see it right there. Right there. Do you see it? Stuck in the riffle? I see it. Let me get the rest of that material out. Look at that. Now, see how the gold hangs up in the riffle? Right there. You see it? I bet you see it now, huh? Right there. Nice. And that is how you do it. That is a good looking nugget. Nice. But that's my point. Rake this material back. Get it out of the way, especially where other people have been working. Just because you think that they're done finding gold doesn't mean that they got it all. So you're gonna go through and rake this material out. I've seen guys come through and that's all they do for one day is just rake everything out, grit it, and then metal detect it. Very thorough. That's the way you do it. That way you don't miss anything. Then mark it down on a map, all right? That way you know what comes out of where and how big and how much. It's very important. My next tip for you is when you go to put your gold away, don't put it in your pocket. Don't put it in this pocket. I've seen guys lose it and they have to take the pants off and they look funny running around the desert naked. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get a snuffer bottle and you're gonna cap the top off of it and you're gonna put this in it. Or an old pill bottle, that'll work too. Put that in there, keep that in your pocket somewhere safe, all right? Don't take chances because I've seen too many guys lose their gold and I come up behind them and find it. All right, let's keep on going because if there's one nugget, there's more. Now another tip I got is these old yucca plants, or what the Paiute used to call the soap plant or Spanish sword. A lot of times people don't like to get close to these things because they've got obviously all these little tiny swords sticking out and they get you. And they will get you, trust me. I've seen many a guy get their face in here and it hurts like heck. A lot of people don't hunt them. And when they get in here, they're afraid to kick stuff out of the way. Now I don't know if that's because they're afraid something might come out and get them, but that's what I want you to do. Is I want you to get in there. Don't kill the plant, but if it's dead, move it out of the way. Okay? Like I said, you're brushing the desert floor. See now this stuff right here, look at this. This is dead. Make sure there's no scorpions or snakes hiding underneath it. You're gonna get in there. See that, where my search coil is? You're gonna get in there real good. And if you got dead pieces, move them out of the way. Now be careful because scorpions and snakes like to hide under there. And you're gonna get really aggressive with it. See what I mean? He don't want to leave. He must be hiding something. Get on in there. Rake it good. I heard something. Oh, come on. Hush. Right there. Right there. All right, let's turn that guy over. Get that search coil up. Let's see what we got. Nothing. 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 Come on, baby, come on. I heard something. Nothing. Oh, you're kidding me. I heard something. I'm pretty sure I heard something. Well. Right there, he's being a booger. He's being a booger. All right, let's see. Yep, he's in there. I'm gonna turn this guy over this way. I seem to have better luck that way. There. But see how he keeps wanting to fall? Stay. I'd much rather run it over the top than the bottom. All right, it's in my hand. Shake. Hopefully it's not a piece of wire. It sounds like a piece of wire. All right. I like to blow it out. Right there. Voila! I don't know if you can see that. Nice chunky monkey sitting in there where nobody wants to hunt. And that is exactly why you move stuff out of the way. And like I said, I'm not advocating you kill these things, but if you see dead pieces laying on the ground or dead Joshua trees, move them out of the way. But watch out what's underneath them, okay? Because I've seen plenty of scorpions and snakes pop out. That little nugget right there, which is 0.37. And that little nugget right there. So we got 1.65 grams. And I'm not gonna weigh the other stuff because it's too small to even register. And of course, you can team up a VLF with a PI that's unbeatable. I've done it and it works every time. Now, speaking of VLFs, we're gonna be giving away a brand new Gold Monster 1000 at the end of this month. And not only that, but we're giving away silver bars and we're giving away pay dirt. And if you wanna get involved with that, just click the little link at the end of the video that looks like that. Click on it, make a $10 pledge, and you instantly qualify to win this guy. And if you wanna see more videos on how to maximize your metal detecting techniques, go ahead and watch this video. It's gonna blow your pants off, and I'll see you on the next video.